resurrection. And when you continue to read it, it says, the Most High that made the world and all therein, seeing that he is the Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Neither is worship with men's hands, as though he needed anything. Meaning that he wasn't created. He wasn't a god that was created like the Buddha statue or all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need none of that. Look at these idols, they had to create it and set it there and give a whole folklore tale behind it and say why it needs to be worshipped. The Lord don't got to do that, man. You got the sun, moon, and the stars. Nigga, you breathing.
He's the Ancient of Days.
Yeah.
Meaning he's outside of time.
Right. Right. He created the celestial bodies, bro. There's nothing holding that up. His work speaks for itself, like the elder just said. You know, that he didn't have to be created. He's the one that did the creating. That's doing the creating. You know? But when you continue, the last final point of it, it says, neither is worship with men's hands as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things. You know, so that's more than sufficient for a believer to know, hey, he exists. The fact that we're here and able to actually cognitively, present his word. That shows he exists within itself. You know?
And that shouldn't be a hard thing to comprehend, but again, this ain't for the, like Elder Yatsuzak always says, the Bible's for the prophets.
Right.
Okay, so that's not for everybody to get. So the fact that we've been given this knowledge, it's otherworldly. These people are of the earth, and they're of the low. Like Yahushua said, we've been given something that's outside of this realm.
Right.
We've been given divine and heavenly knowledge, and you know, it's not for everybody to get. So them free Barabbas niggas, they supposed to be in that spirit. They ain't supposed to die here. They're supposed to irritate us with their bullshit ass stories at work. It's just they lie. You know what I mean? Shit. It's annoying.
Right.
But that's their lie. And the scriptures talk about it. They being their lies.
Because in the midst of that, you have a left that's going to wake up. You know, they're, like you said, they're presenting their, you know, at the end of the day, they're fulfilling their lives. And you have a left that's going to wake up, which is a miracle that they've woken up out of that.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, solid points.
I know this is another thing on the point. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, that power will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto the servants of prophets. So just laying back off your point, this whole book, when you think about it, I'm pretty sure every Jake, you know what I'm saying, they mother, grandmother that got the Bible open up, but none of them understand it because it wasn't given unto them to understand it, but the prophet, just going to your point.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, y'all seen that movie Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
Right? It's like a bunch of people can see, like, you know, the doc. I was like, the water. A bunch of people seen the Declaration of Independence and all that, but he had to put the lemon juice over it to actually see the true message of what was being said. It's not for everybody. Matthew the 13th chapter, what is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So, you know, there's things that are plainly said in the scriptures, and we all get it like that. But you can read it to somebody, and they're like, no, that ain't say that. It's like, damn, what else could it be saying?
Right.
America's not in the Bible.
America. These niggas gonna say America, we wouldn't even have a book if it said America.
Exactly.
Goofy ass nigga.
Why you want to blow up the spot so bad, man? It's a good that it don't say it.
But the nigga that said, they don't say America, it's because he love it here.
They don't say no America in the Bible, bro, like that.
Yeah, that's because they love it here. The nigga that said, you don't say that. Bro, that's a nigga, you seen the movie The Matrix, that's a nigga that's plugged in.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga.
That's a nigga with a MAGA hat on.
Yeah.
Was you there at camp, the afternoon camp that day where Jake came over with that MAGA
I don't think
hat?
I was there. I would
Oh,
remember
man.
that.
Yeah, you
I
remember that. It was hilarious, man. You know, we played with him a little bit and kind of like, bro, you tripping. Yeah, Jake with a MAGA hat, man. You know?
Jake is okay with America as long as they can find a way to be successful here.
Yeah.
They don't want to see this place destroyed. If they can find a way to be successful here, they cool. We always use that analogy that they don't want the bakery, which the Lord promises. They want a piece of the pie.
They want a piece of the pie, that's right.
They don't know that we get the bakery.
Mm-hmm. They fighting over the pie.
Over the slice of pie that Esau spit on.
Yeah. Damn, bro, they fighting over the nigga pies.
I got a pretty Romans 11:7, it says, what then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blind. So our people, they're not getting what they're seeking for. Ultimately, they're left wanting if you don't have the truth. You know, you're left lacking. You know, because it's all different types of knowledge out there where you can get something from. But the Bible, the prophecies, that stands the test of time. you got to put that over any knowledge. And if you're going outside of the knowledge of the scriptures, you're going to be wanting. You're going to be lacking. It's just going to be a lot of what ifs in your mind, which to us that don't exist anymore, man. That's when even when you read in Psalm 73, Asaph said, when I went into the tabernacle of the Most High, then I understood the end. You know, so we understand the end game. Like these questions that Jay have about like what happened after you die, like just certain things. You know, through the scriptures, we understand it clearly. You know.
Go ahead. I got a picture. You don't mind. This is Sirach chapter 39 and verse 24. It says, "As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked." All right, so you know, as Chris is going into with us being revealed the true knowledge, or this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, it's so clear to us now. Like everything just makes sense. Everything is coming together like a piece of pie. Or for everybody else, it looks like it got scattered even more.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So for us, it's plain. It just makes perfect sense because the Lord revealed to us. Yeah. As far as everybody else, they're going to continue being, as you saying that one time, just looking for answers. Yep. Right, following every other God or everything that, you know, like the preacher said, give that little tingling feeling on the inside, just so they can feel good about themselves. Right, which is really there's to the conclusion. There is no conclusion for them. Right. For us, we know the end game. Right. Them, they don't know the end game. Therefore, they're going to be basically lost and still be looking for answers ultimately until they die.
We understand that the Lord have them in that situation like that. Like I just read, they were blinded. They don't even understand the fact that the Most High has certain people that He just doesn't want to get certain things, man.
Yeah. Did you read 2 Corinthians 4:4? Is that what you just read?
I read Timothy earlier.
Oh, you got it?
I got it right here. I started 3.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost."
It is hid to them that are lost. Again, when the Lord set this whole thing up, everybody got a part. They got casted in a role. Majority of our people, they got casted as a 2/3. And that gives you so much peace when you get this truth, because you're still going to be vexed from day to day when you feel the conversation with you. Yeah, but it gives you peace at work when a nigga telling you that Edomites' moon died. It's like you do that, you be like, oh, okay, I know what your part is. Yeah. You just go about your day.
It's like better than me.
We can talk in code around the 2/3 too. We can be talking about the 2/3. They're just the 2/3.
Like we speak
and they don't even understand it. So it's just this thing goes over their head.
And we was just to speak using the terms that we know around people. And we drop for a second.
Every time
I be like,
I say the water.
Yeah, I say the water. Yeah, bro.
There's supposed to be some new slang the kids say.
Yeah, right. They never catch it, bro.
You got verse 4?
Yeah, I got verse 4. I'm reading 3 again, though. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the power, should shine unto them."
Right, so the God of this world, all right, the wicked, with their philosophy of wine that they push, they completely screwed the minds of the people. Y'all know those images they used to show you as a kid? But that image, I was going to say, if y'all can watch that movie, if you haven't seen it, to the listeners and if you haven't seen it, the movie They Live, it basically was going into the wicked and ruling.
Yep. Gold movie.
And it was like the only way you could see who the wicked was is if you put on the shit.
I want you to get it, you know. And I got a precept real quick. You know, do you have more on that one?
That was it.
Okay. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 19 and read down and jump down actually. But it says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, "For the preaching of the cross to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is power of the Most High." Because the nigga don't want to hear about the preaching of the cross. You know what I'm saying? They rather hear about some other stuff that ain't going to benefit them. You know, they rather have that barbershop conversation, and they rather had a conversation about Big Meech and his first move he's going to do when he get out of jail. Yeah. You know?
He still got to connect.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, man, I wonder if he's gonna bring me. I heard it was yesterday a video clip of a stripper bitch from Atlanta, like, "Ooh, Big Meech back. I'm gonna tell a lot of these BMF niggas that ain't tipping, and he gonna get on you niggas." It's just like, come on now, man. You know, preaching the cross to somebody like that is gonna be in vain. You know, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna want to get it. They're gonna trample over them pearls you throwing at them. Right. You know. But it says when you continue, "For it is written." Yeah, like, what this bitch gonna
I'm
do?
sorry.
You know, I'm gonna tell on y'all. Verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. So all these philosophies and doctrines that's out there, through this wisdom that we have, this true wisdom, it's going to be taken out of the way. Which is why we got the true connect. We're truly tapped in through the Holy Spirit. You know? Verse 20 says, where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of the world? Hath not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? And he's writing to the Corinthians because they was kind of being foolish a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting too involved in matters that they had no business getting involved with, being simple. So the Apostle Paul had to write this letter to them like, look, man, at the end of the day, they're going to perish in their wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's only going to take them so far. You got the true connect. You know? And when you continue, it says, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Like the point you brought up earlier, Bonsapat, we have the sun, the moon, and the stars. That was all made by his wisdom. And it's clearly his wisdom because it's floating. You know, ain't nothing that's holding it up. You know, breath, air, you can breathe it in and breathe it out. You know what I'm saying? But underwater, you know, a fish can absorb the water and, you know, it's the exact opposite. You know, and that can happen. That only shows and goes back to that there is a creator. You know? And it says, for after that in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. You know, so it says foolishness of preaching, and not everybody's going to be able to receive it. That's why I was said earlier, when it comes to the cross being preached, hey, it's only somebody that really truly respects this word and wants to know is going to truly like be grateful for it and understand it. You know, but a nigga that's out there floating around with his own doctrine, his own ideas, you know, that guy at your job, you try to tell him about the truth, he ain't gonna win again. He's gonna be some came here because they moon exploded. Yep. You know, that's gonna be the end all be all of his doctrine, and he's gonna hold on to that, to the shoes, to the wheels fall off.
Well,
you
I
know?
asked him about the Bible the next day because he was catching me walk to the car for break. And I was like, he started talking, and I was like, what do you think of the Bible? And he was like, oh, the Bible is just, you know, stories passed down. This
right.
Some of it real, some not. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what about like the Israelites? I heard something about Israelites. What about Israelites? He was like, oh no, that's just, you know, something, and it ain't really that, whatever. I was just looking at him like, wow, like you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like you're in your own foolishness.
That's facts, bro.
They try to act like they know at the same time. It sounds like.
Right. Right.
It's like, boy.
But that bullshit made sense, huh?
Yeah, but the bullshit made sense.
Exactly.
That shit made sense though. What moon? Where was it at? What nebula was it? You know what I'm saying? What galaxy was this at? Was it the Milky Way?
That nigga think Esau went to the moon.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, that nigga think the moon is an actual
The
alien.
video, like, you stupid.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna jump down to verse 26. It says, "For you see your calling, brethren." All right, brethren. We clearly see our calling. That nigga ain't called, bro. You know what I'm saying? We clearly see it, bro. Yeah. It says, "For ye see your calling, brethren. For not many wise men after the foolishness of this world."
Right.
The preaching of Yahweh Shai, us on the highways and the byways, preaching the word. 95% of the people that walk by were fools in their eyes. They don't stop. Some of them stop and ask questions, of course, as we all experience. But a lot of them, in their mind, they're like, "Why waste my time doing that?" You know what I'm saying? You see what these guys are talking about. You know, a man coming from the sky and this, that, and the third, and the Israelites. These people at that being the Israelites, God chosen people. Hell no, they don't want to hear that.
Can't be.
Yeah, it can't be. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, nah, hell to the no, man.
Niggas broke.
Yeah, exactly. Get a job, bro. They always say that. Get a job. So we're foolish in the side of the unwise. You know, and we're fine with that because we get it. You know, we have the foresight. We have the vision. That's, you know, you brought up the precept earlier. You know, so hey, Lord willing, we don't perish as long as we stay on the right track. You know, but these people are on the fucking, excuse my French, but highway to hell. You know, because there's nothing within what they teach that's going to lead them to be saved. You know, that's why they're on the highway to hell. But there's no salvation in what they know and what they teach. You know, so you're going to stay in a condition that you're in, which is death. You know, nigga's sick. You know, a nigga that's talking about the moon and this, that, and the third, a nigga's still sick. You're still catching hell. You're still paying child support.
Still under the curse.
You're still under the curses, bro. So at the end of the day, that's going to lead you to death. That's not the way to salvation. You know, but Jake would rather have it so because what? They've made that covenant with death. You know, but they go, why do y'all about shooting out the shot for that small remnant? You know, because through the word and the testimony of the remnant, we're here in this room able to talk about the word, able to preach. You know, and that's through Yahweh Shai being resurrected. You know?
I got one. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. And it reads, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. You know, just going into, you know, a clear separation that the Lord made between the elect, those he chose from the foundation of the earth, pursuant to Ephesians 1st chapter, and those he didn't choose, you know, the 2/3. You know, they're blinded. They can't see this thing. You know what I'm saying? We just brought out 1 Corinthians 4. You know what I'm saying? The lost. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the lost, which I'll continue. It says, verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High had given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this very day. So that's going on to this very day. Right now, we got the majority of our people can't see this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And where is that written? In Isaiah the 6th chapter, man. You know? And like the Khan mentioned, you know, Jacob will be caught up in his folly and his madness until when? Which the Lord gave him the answer. Until the cities are destroyed, the desolation of this place, the destruction of America, man.
Because then they're going to cry, Lord, Lord, in that day.
Exactly.
But it shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it was dope about that. When the cities are destroyed, that means all the infrastructure, this illusion of money and the American dream is gone. So what's holding them back from actually seeing?
Right.
The dainties, the
Exactly.
gifts,
The carrot.
the pleasures.
Exactly. The carrot.
So I want to read this.
Man.
Okay, I got
No, after you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's Sirach 13, I'm just going to it. In 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holds his tongue and look what he saith, and extol it to the clouds. That illusion of money and success and being recognized and appreciated and having funds here, that completely ensnares our people to where they can't hear righteousness.
Right.
Continuing on, it says, but if a poor man speak, which the prophets are always going to be at the lowest state, all right, it's necessary for us to be on fire for our mission.
Right.
You might have some brothers that have more than others, but generally speaking, we're going to have what we need, our daily bread. Right? But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Who is this nigga?
Who's
And if
that?
whose business? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So that's the mindset of our people, man. They can't actually hear righteousness because they're so blinded by the desires and the lust of the flesh. And we know in order to receive salvation, you got to separate from this flesh. You got to love not your own life unto death.
That's right.
That is what allows the elect to move the way the Lord requires them to. And they're not in a position to do that because they're so attached to this loner.
Right.
Okay, this body that we have, it's a loner. We got a whole nother body waiting for us. See?
Right. A quick precept to back the point up that you made, and this is going into the destruction, you know, but it's going into the lead up of what they see and why they wasn't able to see the destruction. But this is Job chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and when you go into that word Eden, it breaks down that word into paradise. So what they see in front of them is paradise, and they wonder at it. They're marveling at it right now. You know, that's the spirit that Jake is in, which is why they can't repent and, you know, turn from their ways because of the bedazzled lifestyle that's really, they fucked up still. They still jacked up, still hurt, still under the curses. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's still a fucking beautiful lifestyle of what they see. They don't want America to go.
Yeah.
You know? But it says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. All right? It says, behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So everything in front of them is the glitz and the glamour, ooh, but they don't understand that there's a flaming fire approaching them at rapid speed that's getting ready to take them while they're not looking. You know, that made me bring that precept out for that point that you made. You know, their eyes are set upon the fucking illusion that's out here. You know, and really, you get ready to die soon.
Right.
And that's part of this message here, but they don't want to hear it because they don't believe it. You know?
So they look at us, they look at the elect sign and crying like, what the fuck y'all doing about?
It's crazy.
Y'all tripping, man. We about to, Esau said we gonna have technology where we could go up and fly cars and we gonna be able to merge with machines. What you talking about, man? What you mad about? We like, nigga, he's gonna make you a complete slave.
Right.
What you think he gonna do to you?
Oh,
You
boy.
think you don't have access to all that stuff?
Right.
It's gonna be certain nations that don't have access. If people able to complete his plan, it's gonna be people that don't have access to particular things.
Right.
Your chip you gonna try to scan some, no access.
Ain't gonna work.
You already do it. You can't. You walk. You can have decent credit, better credit than this Edomite counterpart. You don't get approved. You think it's gonna change?
Right.
Nope.
So that's
Make the brother on the side. Yeah, bro.
Say you won. I got this from, you remember a while back, we was on the highways and byways, but like Moses and Aaron told Israelites to consecrate themselves with the Lord for him to come and talk to him.
Yeah.
And with that John 12, others heard an angel, but others heard thunder. That's why Jake can't get it, because the Lord is speaking now.
Yeah.
So they hear thunderings when Jake got there on the highways and byways. It's the same, yeah, exactly.
Hey, and that was after a miracle. That was after Lazarus was raised from the dead.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and that, when Lazarus was raised from the dead, there was a voice, and some of them heard the angel, some of them heard thunder.
See?
You know, that was right after a miracle took place, but they still couldn't hear it right.
So screw them niggas.
This is a miracle, Acts 13 and 41. Though a man told it unto you.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gone.
Just lay back off of what you had brought out here. This is Hebrews 4:2, and I want to get this in the Berean, the BSB, the Berean Standard Bible. It says, "For we also received the good news."
You never heard that one.
I'll read it from time to time.
I told him. I got it.
Hey, just before you wrap, just as a disclaimer for the listeners, man, you know, there's a lot of different.
Yeah, right.
You know.
This is Hebrews 4:2, and it reads, "For we also received the good news just as they did, but the message they heard was of no value to them, since they did not share the faith of those who comprehended it." Right? So ultimately, what it boils down to, Ephesians 2:8, faith, which is a gift, and that brings us back to the terror of the Lord, man. Because though we come in here, we do our work, we do our videos, we go out on the highways and hedges, but we don't know if even we're the elect. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, that's the fear ultimately, which is a great motivator, you know, but having that faith, Abaratazah, you know, we're part of that number, but brothers, for all of us to be here on a Saturday afternoon where we could be, you know what I mean? Here we are reading the Bible. Come on, man.
That's
you know?
why that faith is so important, because to even fear the Lord, you got to believe first.
There it is.
So you gotta have that gift of faith.
There it is.
So then you can fear the Lord,
Yep.
and then you can increase in the wisdom.
Yeah,
Beautiful said.
and it takes humility to do that, because a nigga ain't gonna, and a nigga walk around, I don't fear nothing. You know what I'm saying? That I don't fear nothing.
I don't fear nothing, but nigga have me say, just fear God on their chest.
But what do you fear God?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's just fucking just sounds good to them, man.
Hashtag.
Niggas want to look hard.
That's
It's a
it.
hashtag.
On that John Moran shit. If y'all know John Moran.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, the nigga,
basketball
the
player.
nigga
You got
for
that
the-
shit?
It's
the
the way
nigga
he's
for the
not,
Grizzlies.
yeah, God, it's the way he says it is really funny. He, it was like a reporter that asked him, like, anything that you like worry about, like, it was something about nothing. He was like, I fear no one but God. Just like, he just
You
said,
sound like him too.
yeah, he said, I fear God. I was like,
But he don't even say.
He don't know what God.
Just
Right, yeah.
Correct, but they really don't.
Yeah, what God, nigga?
You know, because it's a whole spirit you have to have to really truly fear the Lord, bro. Like
Jake
it's
treats
easy.
the Most High like the big homie.
Yeah.
When they say they fear God, they fear
They
Esau.
do.
Yeah.
The
They
big G and all
need to
that.
put fear Esau on their chest.
A nigga will get that tattooed on his chest. Like
Yeah.
you said, fear God on his chest tatted, but according to the scriptures, if you fear the Lord, you be like, hell no, I ain't getting no tattoos. But the scriptures say don't mark the flesh.
Right.
You know, Jake just don't fear the Lord at the end of the day, man. But you that barbershop conversation, that Areopagus, unknown God mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, shit, the rabbit hole goes deep with those guys. You know, there's no limits. There's no standards. They'll continue to go far left. You know, that's just the reality of it, man. When you have the true understanding, there's a standard that you go by. There's a rule that the Apostle Paul talked about that we walk by. You know, and walk you according to this rule. And if you do so, then you are the elect of the Most High. So there's a rule and guideline, these scriptures, that we have to follow. You know, it's of course one way to say, I believe in God. Yeah, I'm an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know those guys that come to the camp. Yeah, I know I'm an Israelite.
I've been knowing, a nigga tell you, I've been knowing since the 90s.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing then?
Yeah. But that's always an indicator right there to show that they're through. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
if you was an Israelite, then you know what you need to be doing right now.
And you would know, you shouldn't have told us that, because
Yeah.
they were looking at you crazy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Jay think he gonna get credit, you know, from the Most High just by saying He knows.
Exactly.
Oh man, I know this you. And I heard that. Yeah, I knew the name. Like
You don't-
that is gonna put him up on something.
You don't get the Hall of Fame jacket by knowing the nigga that was scoring the touchdowns.
Right.
Right.
What we talking about?
Nigga, just because you lettered in high school don't mean that you can fucking coach somebody in a collegiate level on that. You know, that don't make no sense, bro. You lettered in high school. Yeah, you got a senior year letter.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 9.
Yep.
They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. All right, and trust is faith. All right, and you have to have fear of the Lord. If you believe in the Lord, you're gonna fear the Lord. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he has care for his elect. So ultimately, the Lord is gonna bless his elect, all right, with the truth, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, and people that's on the flip side of that coin, the 2/3 and the other Israelites that can't get it through the four corners of the earth, they're gonna be in verse 10, as it say, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. How we spoke about earlier, how they're just pitting off Yahweh Shai, and how we're coming in that stead. They're putting us on the back burner. Y'all don't matter, or this and that, or coming up with some other philosophy, doctrine, whatever imagination that has no meaning, no type of anything conducive to salvation.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything that their moon died. You know, it doesn't mean anything that all these other Anunnaki and this, we're gonna get December 15th. At least that's going around. So all of these things don't mean anything. So the Lord just has his elect that he cares for, and they're predestined ultimately to not get it. But the Lord's like, that shit don't mean nothing. They're not doing anything profitable for me. But on the flip side, the prophets are sealing the elect, all right, as is prophesied to happen, which is threatening his kingdom, because ultimately, when the elect are sealed, Revelation chapter 7, when the elect are sealed, then those four winds are going to be let loose. Right. And that's the greatest thing you really could do right now. Fear the Lord, stack up faith, multiply your talents. That's really, but Jay got to do backflips and cartwheels. You know, it's not enough. You know?
That's right, bro. Solid point. Solid precept.
And just to add on to what you were saying, a new listener might be like, damn, they talking about 2/3 of their people getting killed? And, you know, like, damn. But when you start to understand the scriptures, like you mentioned earlier, we realize 2/3 of our people are the same people that said crucify him, crucify him. They're the same people that were murmuring in the wilderness. They're the same people that were killing the prophets. They've stacked up a bill, not just in this life, but over time.
Right.
So this is just justice that they perish here on this side. And
That's
then,
right.
you know, death ain't even final.
Right. Yeah. And just to add to that too, I mean, you know, for a newer listener that let's use that example, right? You know, okay, let's say you have a basic foundation of the Bible, like the Lord flooding the whole fucking planet Earth and only saving 8 souls, and burning Sodom and Gomorrah up and only saving 3. You know what I'm saying? You know, Lot and his 2 daughters. Yeah. So you look at the 2/3 and it's like, that's a lot of mercy compared to what the Lord did before. So, hey, if that kind of bugs you out with 2/3, just look at the other things the Lord did that are way more terrible than just saving killing off 2/3 and saving a third. You know, Al-Shadia. So that's mercy like a mug that he's still allowing a large group of people, which is a third, a lot of people still, to be saved. Because before the Lord would literally only save a few. Literally. You know, so if you heard about 2/3 dying, then you better read Genesis chapter 6. You know, better read that. You know, because the Lord is going to be doing a lot of killing. Yeah. And he showed before in the past.
And if you truly a believer and you love the Lord, you want his will to go forth.
Right.
So we hope that we're a part of the elect that get saved. But regardless, even if I don't make it, I still want the plan to go forth. Right. Righteousness got to come. Right. You know what I mean? So everybody who says they're a believer should be advocating for the kingdom of heaven to be established. Yeah. For this man to be taken out of power. Right. Or America to be taken down. Because this is the epicenter, this is the main place that the elites use to push out their wines. So what we're saying is rubbing you the wrong way, man. Check yourself.
That's it.
Because the scriptures is not if you're a believer in the scriptures, you'll never be an advocate for America or any of these countries. You're going to be an advocate for the kingdom of heaven.
That's right. That's right. That's some demons bubbling up in you. Yeah, that's all that is. If you're getting irritated and getting annoyed at certain things that are being said, well, you know, that's that spiritual possession that you're dealing with and that demon reacting to it. Right. You know. Anybody got any closing points or precepts?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Sirach 3:23, it says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. It says, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. And that's most of the 2/3, man. Well, that's all of the 2/3, man. With all these vain opinions and an evil suspicion that had overthrown judgment, which makes them what? Reprobate.
Right.
All right? And it says, without eyes they shall want light. Without eyes they want light. So our people want to be enlightened, but the Most High didn't even give them the ability to be able to see.
Right.
It says, profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. And that's exactly what Jake does. They profess things that they don't even know or sure about.
Right.
But like you quoted earlier, we have a more sure word of prophecy, so that's why we can approach the throne of grace boldly and tell you about, hey, we got the 100% truth we believe through the Spirit, at least as far as what's been revealed, you know, through the Spirit of prophecy. So
Can I explain what that means?
Yep.
We have 100% truth concerning the things the Lord gave us to receive salvation.
That's it.
The scriptures say that the elect man will have the 100% truth. You go to
Right.
Revelation, the 14th chapter, it tells you that they will have no guile in their mouth, meaning no deceit in their words. Okay? I'm not saying we know what the inside of a chariot looks like.
Right.
Okay? But concerning salvation, the elect man, which has to be somebody, have the full understanding on how to get to that point.
Yeah, we're not telling you we know rocket science. You know what I'm saying? And I think we say that, or we say we know rocket science. No, man, we just know the truth.
right.
You know, and we'll tell you what we don't know. Just know the truth at the end of the day that we don't know certain things.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
He was told to him certain things not to write.
Certain things not to write.
Right,
So,
you know,
mhm.
we know in part, we prophesy in part. That's right, you know. So that's part of the 100% truth, is knowing that certain things is going to be revealed later, at a later time. That's
right.
You know?
And the scriptures say we have an unction from the Lord.
You speaking a little bit?
The scriptures say that we have an unction from the Lord and we know all things. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Khan mentioned, that's talking about all things pertaining to salvation, man.
Right.
You know, not all things. There's some things that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That we obviously don't know.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like the distance between the earth and the moon. Who gives a
Exactly.
fuck about that anyway?
Exactly.
I don't want to know it.
Yeah,
The fuck you gonna do for my salvation, like you said?
Exactly.
What the fuck that supposed to mean?
Because they don't know what the mission is.
Right.
If they understood the mission is salvation, nigga, they would know we're talking about salvation.
I don't know the square root of infinity, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I know it now. What?
Yeah, you can't tell you how fast chariots go, bro.
Right.
But Jay get caught up in a lot of things they feel deep in. Oh, I know some shit. But the shit you learning about have nothing to do with the mission.
Right.
You goofy ass niggas.
Bro, a nigga at your job that you explain him, he'll be able to start a call. He'll be able to start a following just based off saying that with the moon and everything like that. Because people want to hear that type of shit, bro.
This shit gonna last 3 weeks.
You
Yeah.
don't tell them to drink the Kool-Aid too. And they all
They gonna put on Nikes and kill themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be here forever. If it was left up to these niggas,
Yeah.
we'll be here
We'd
forever.
be here forever. We'd be in the wilderness another 40 years. Just floating. You know?
Even the Jake that's even the Jake that's like, oh, we gotta buy black, we gotta keep our money black. At the end of the day, you still within Esau's system.
Right.
They don't realize, no, nigga, the earth needs new management.
Right.
The people in rulership have to be pushed out of the way because of their unrighteous dealings, like it says in Sirach 10 and 8.
Right.
They don't want to see that happen, so it's like, it's no talking to them.
Mhm.
You ever talk to a nigga, you had a long conversation, and then he say some shit back to you, he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro. That's where we at with 230. Don't stop wasting your energy with niggas. If they're not getting it, bro, just save your energy.
I remember me and Talsaman, another test, quick one. Remember me and Talsaman Kalab, who used to be in the camp, you know, we all came in at the same time. And I remember Kalab was staying with his sister and her sister's husband. And we out there breaking the truth down to them, and they getting it, they asking questions. We telling about pork, everything like that. It was about an hour and a half conversation, and we felt good afterward, like, man, that's crazy, they get it. And immediately afterward, his brother-in-law went to the fridge and said, y'all some hot dogs, gonna cook some hot dogs. And we just like, damn, this whole hour and a half, bro. All three just looked at each other like, we my brother in Kalab.
The Lord have all of us go through that in our walk, just so we can build up because you need a little frustration in this thing. You gotta get to a point where you're like, I'm tired of these niggas. The Lord want us to be in that mind frame because He in that mind frame.
Right.
So He allow you to have those talks and those encounters where you like, what the fuck?
That smack your forehead moment.
Like, ain't no way. So Lord, that's just the rite of passage. Because we can sit here and tell you all day. I'm gonna tell your mama. Everybody feel
You're gonna do it anyway.
That's the first thing you gonna do.
Yeah, Cause you think,
You love them.
cause you think,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think,
yeah.
oh no, they gonna get it. I know them.
Right.
I know them.
All right. The Lord don't.
Hey.
Can I bring out this last
We can end it off on that.
God, man, this is Sirach 6.
You can break it down.
God, this is Sirach 6 and 36. If thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear out the steps of his door. I say that to say because the name of this lesson is the remnant are important, right? And then and for a lot of listeners out there tuning in, a lot of Akim and a few Akwat, you may have brothers that are in this truth, right? That are preaching this song, all right? And like we all have been very zealous in the very beginning, but if that is the case and you have a brother that you know of, you have to understand that the Lord is maybe dealing with that man, all right? He's very, very, very important to the powers of the heavens, man. And that man that may be in your family, right, has the keys, right, to salvation. So just don't be so quick to, to turn away or to scoff, because that's part of this ministry, right? So just if you have a brother that's in this truth, a cousin or friend or whatever, it may behoove you to bend an ear and listen, especially in the times that we're in, because the remnant are extremely important. All right, and we've been given a charge to go out here to basically show you the way out. Right? So just keep that in mind, having that understanding. The men of the Lord are extremely, extremely important, and that's going to be made more and more evident as we move towards the end of this kingdom.
Boom.
Just want to say that.
Message.
You gotta.
God, cool. Okay. Well, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying to the flock. We're going to end it off on that. We want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kodash.
We also want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, of course, as always, and peace and salutations as well, to you elect who are scattered throughout the four winds of this earth, fulfilling your lots in truth and all sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.